Now you'll probably see that I'm at the coast today. I'm back over on Vancouver Island. The location a lot different to where I've been previous. In my last videos you'll have seen that we've been exploring the old growth forests over on Vancouver Island. It's been absolutely amazing, it really has. Now it's a long weekend over here on Vancouver Island, so I've come to spend a couple of days with Adam Gibbs again, and he wanted to show us this stretch of coastline. Now I'm at the northerly end of Vancouver Island at a place called San Josef Bay, and the sand here is amazing. You'll be able to see all the different textures and the lights and the darker shades. So we're on search this bit of a coastline. Now there's some sea stacks up here that Adam wants to show us, and we were hoping for some fog, because sometimes you get some really nice sea fog in here, and it's been really hot. Now we got here yesterday. It was quite a long drive up. It was about 5 or 6 hour drive up to the northerly point here up on Vancouver Island, so it was quite a drive. So we got here late yesterday evening, but it was beautiful. It really was. It was hot. It was a hot night in the tent, but we got up this morning. It's totally different. Very changeable conditions this morning. We get sunlight and then we get clouds, so it's nice overcast conditions. We've just got to cross our fingers and see if we get some sea fog coming in, because that's what you really need when you're photographing these sea stacks. I can already see them in the distance, so that's where we're going to head now. Walk this coastline, search for abstract type shots, because I said before we've got the different shades, we've got different shapes in the sand on the beach, and just explore this coast. So it's great to be back, and I hope you enjoy the rest of today's video. So I've actually decided to get a shot of this jellyfish before I move on. It's that amazing, and it's not very often that I come across and see things like this, so I want to capture an image. Now I love the contrast of the colour of the jellyfish and the colour of the sand. You've got some nice lights and darks here, the bright reds in this jellyfish, and the tentacles sweeping off to the left hand side, but they also follow the direction of the textures on the sand as well, so that's what I want to capture. Now I'm shooting this with the 14mm 1.8 GM, and I'm able to get in really close but still capture a wide scene of this jellyfish. Now I'm going to focus directly on the jellyfish at f16, and I'm going to capture all this detail on the top. You'll be able to see all that texture and different colours, so it'd be a shame not to capture it before I move on. So you remember I said to you before about looking for those finer details when you're on the coastline. Now because that tide has just gone out, it reveals these patterns as it recedes back off these sands. Now because we've got some nice lights and darks that I was on about earlier, it's created these patterns. Now the pattern that I've found here, it's very small, but because I'm going in close with the 100 to 400 at 100 mil, it reveals these shapes, and they almost look like bare branches on trees against the lighter shades of the sand. So what I'm going to shoot this at, I'm going to shoot this at f/16. I'm just going to take the one shot. Now because I've been able to get up above and I'm pointing straight down more or less, it's flattened out the scene, so I don't have to worry about focus stacking. I'm going to get it in one shot at f/16 and see how it works out. Now I'm not using a polarizer. We've got nice overcast sky conditions at the moment. Now the one thing I've made sure to do is not going too close, because if you're going too close on any scene, it really causes you problems when you want to crop it in post. It really limits you. So always go wider than you actually need. So I'm going to get back, get this shot, and I hope you like it. So you'll be able to see we're getting those longer periods of sunshine now, so we're dealing with the sunshine, we're getting some harsh lights on those textures on the sand, but because it is pretty overcast, it's helping us out. We've just got to sit back and wait. So what I've done is I've actually swapped out the lenses. I've put the 35mm on now, and I've put the polarizer on also because of that glare, because we're getting a lot more light. I want to make sure that I retain the detail and the darker shades of this surface of this sand. The tide's gone quite far out now, but it's created all these pools. You remember in my last image I managed to include some of these pools with the background there, but what I want to do is now is capture this surface of the sand before we lose any of that moisture and before it dries out. You'll remember in previous videos when logs and rocks and stuff like that, when it dries out, you tend to lose a lot of those nice details. So this is going to be a simple image. I'm going to put some video on the screen above. I love these dominating features in the foreground here, I really do. And then we've got those textures that lead off, and that's basically going to be the shot. So I'm going to get back and make our way around this coast before we get too much sunlight. Hopefully the sun doesn't burn too much of that cloud off. So I'll get back, get this shot, and I hope you like it. Really enjoying my time on the coast this morning. It's fabulous, it really is. You know, it's nice to switch it up from time to time. I have been photographing a lot of trees and old growth trees in the forest, and as much as I've enjoyed it, it does do you good to take a break. Those of you who follow us on Instagram, you'll see that I've been doing some street photography. Those bright blue sky days make way for great street photography, and I had a new lens to try out. I tried out the 14mm 1.8 GM, and what can I say, it's working out fantastic, not only for landscape but for my street photography as well. So I look forward to bringing you a video soon using that lens out on the streets in downtown Vancouver. So for now, I'm making my way across these beautiful sands here. Now the water's still on its way out, but it's revealing these textures and patterns under the water. Now I've came across this dominating shape just below the surface of the water there, and I think it'll make a nice interesting abstract shot, so that's what I want to take. Now I'm sticking with the 35mm. The 35mm is a great lens for getting up close to subjects as much as it is for taking those wider vistas. So I'm going to take it at f16 sorry, focusing directly on the subject. It's going to get everything nice and sharp. Now I am using the polarizer. We're getting some glare, you know, that sun has made it up now, so we're getting some sheen and some glare in there, and I want to get rid of that completely so we get those nice rich dark colours. So I'm going to get back, get this shot, and I hope you like it. So I've came across another shot that I like here. I've came a bit further in, and I want to involve more of these rocks, more structures into the image, and also trying to capture some of those textures that I've been photographing in the sand. So I've came across this area here. Now to my left hand side there's actually a stream that comes down from the forest above, and people here when they're camping, they actually use that for drinking water, so it's quite handy if you haven't brought enough water with you. You've also got this spring. So what I'm wanting to capture, because we've got water leading down from that bit of a spring there, it's actually created and worn away some of the sand round the edges. You'll be able to see, I'll put some video on the screen above, and then you've got these rocks that's been revealed as this water's moving round, but also including some of them amazing shapes in the sand, some nice lights and darks there, different colours of the rocks, and I just think it'll make for a nice image, so that's what I'm going to go for. Now I'm shooting it at 35mm again with the polarizer. We are getting longer periods with that cloud, so that's great because it was causing issues before. I'm going to get this shot, put it on the screen above, and I hope you like it. So what we've realised is, you'll probably see the water has started to come in, the tide has turned, and where we walked in this morning, you've got the islands, but they actually get cut off for a certain period of time, so we're going to make our way back to camp before that happens so we can get a coffee. But I have come across these starfish on the side of this rock here, and they're quite amazing, so I'm going to have to be quick to get the shot. But it's like a mosaic of different coloured starfish, and it's just going to be a simple shot. But I want to grab it with the 35mm, get the tripod nice and low, and just get level with these starfish, so it'll be a pano style shot. And so I'm going to get back, get this shot, and I hope you like it, and I'll catch you up later on when we've had our coffee. So we came back out, we went back, we had a cup of coffee, we had something to eat, and just had a good rest. So we've came out, it's later in the evening now. Now you'll be able to see the right hand side there. We're still getting a bit of harsh sunlight, but every now and again, just like now, the cloud comes and diffuses that light. Now we have got a bit of a problem this evening. I was on about the tide coming in, and it cuts you off, so you can't get round this part of a cove. The tide's actually still in at the moment, so we're waiting for it to go out so we can venture further around this coast. But I thought, while I'm here, these are the main sea stacks that I wanted to photograph. They really are amazing. It just cuts through this part of the beach, and you've got these stacks, individual stacks in the centre. Now they are particularly hard to photograph because you need the help of some atmosphere, as always, and some atmospheric conditions, because in here you'll be able to see there's been a lot of foot traffic through here, so the ground's not particularly clean. It'd be nice if it hadn't been walked on, but because it's been long weekend here in Canada, there's been a lot of foot traffic through here, so it's disrupted all that sand. So it doesn't make for great shots. I would like to get a shot in here before I leave. It really does look amazing, but you really do, and you really are relying on those conditions. So we've just got to wait for this tide to go out. We don't know how this evening's going to go. We might get round the coast, or we might just have to come back out again in the morning. But what a beautiful evening all the same. Well, good morning. Nice early start to the day, because today is our last day. We're not even going to have a full day because we've got that far to travel back. We've got a 2 kilometre hike out of here. We've got a 2-hour drive down the logging road, and then a 4-hour drive back down to the ferry where Adam's going to drop us off. So this morning is really going to be very short. We didn't actually make it round the coastline last night because of that tide, because the tide was too far in and it cut us off. And this morning we've found it's pretty much the same. The tides came in and it is going out, but we can't get round to the part of the coast where we're wanting to photograph. So what we're going to do is we're just going to relax around this area for the time being. Now, last night we got some beautiful light over by the islands, but it looked amazing. It's more of what I was after, especially wanting to photograph those sea stacks, because you do need atmosphere and conditions and light to work in your favour to make those sea stacks work. But I hope today's video has shown you, even though we didn't get the conditions to photograph the sea stacks, just look at other types of photography, you know, abstract on the beach. You know, we had some great sea anemones, you know, we photographed the jellyfish, the starfish, you know, there's all kinds of things to photograph. So don't be just stuck and set on getting one photograph of one subject. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If I get any more shots from this morning, I will put them on the screen above, but it's been great having you along. It's been great being up here, out shooting photography with Adam Gibbs once again. But from me, Vancouver Island, until next time, thanks for watching, bye bye.